الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. I will take advantage of this spring break, for reviewing the first 5 hadith. Those actually we have discussed in a brief for the previous time, during the previous time. The first hadith, you remember, if you have any question or comments, you can start anytime. The first hadith, you remember, hadith Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, إنما الأعمال بالنيات. It's a very famous hadith, narrated by Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, when he said, سمعت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول إنما الأعمال بالنيات وإنما لكل امرئ ما نوى. That all of the actions are but intentions. So, you know, the narrator of this hadith is Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, the famous companion of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, embraced the Islam in the 5th year after the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Strong man radiallahu anhu. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted the dua of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, giving hidayah to Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, and he said, Allahumma ansur al-Islam, or Allahumma a'izz al-Islam bi Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu. This is another narration, which is actually more correct. There is another narration, Allahumma ansur a'izz al-Islam bi ahd al-umrayn, but the most authentic narration is Allahumma ansur or Allahumma a'izz al-Islam bi Umar ibn Khattab. Abdullah ibn Abbas or Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu said, did not face difficulty when Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu embraced the Islam. He was very close to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam during the whole life of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and he was the leader of the Ummah after the death of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, until he has been killed by Abu Lu'lu'a al-Majusi alayhi min Allah ma yastahaq. And most of the scholars put this hadith in the beginning of their books, including Al-Imam al-Bukhari rahimahullah, and the Imam Muslim rahimahullah, and also Al-Imam al-Nawawi in this collection of the hadith. And I'm not going to go in details because this is a brief for all of the 5 hadith. So, but this hadith actually contains 2 main things. The first thing is that all of the action will not be accepted until there is sincerity from the person. Of course, every action is according to the intention of the one. So the action the same, but sometimes actually the intention may be accepted or sometimes rejected. So a man can buy a knife to use it to cut things, but at the same time, which is mubah. But at the same time, it can be bought to harm innocent people. So the first one is mubah, and if you buy it actually to slaughter udhiyah, it will be rewarded for that, while the opposite is forbidden. Also, someone actually can go to the grocery and buy grape and fruit to eat it and or give it to charity, and they will be rewarded for that. Or also, someone can buy it to make wine from it, so it is forbidden. What is the difference between this and this? Is the intention. And this is the one major use from this hadith, or fruit from this hadith. The other thing is related to the ibadat, bits of the worship. So scholars said any ibadah will not be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until there is an intention before it. So the one actually who used to go to the restroom to make wudu, sometimes while he is in a deep thinking, sometimes go and make wudu and wash all of the parts of the wudu without intention. And he discovered that he is making wudu while he was washing his foot. Is it accepted as wudu? No, because the intention has to be before wudu. Another example, someone is during the month of Ramadan is traveling, and after 4 hours from the sunrise or 5 hours, he discovered himself that he does not eat or drink, or did not eat and drink, and he wants to say, let's fast the rest of the day as one of the day of Ramadan. Accepted or not? No, because the intention has to be before the start of the ibadah. And according to what the Prophet ﷺ said in this hadith, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. And the second hadith is narrated by Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, the same narrator. When he said, أي حديث جبريل جزاك الله خير، بينما كنا جلوس عند النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم اطلع علينا رجل شديد بياض الثياب شديد سواد الشعر ولا يعرفه أحد منا till the rest of the hadith. And in this hadith, the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم covers most of the aspects of the Islam. And this hadith was before the death of the Prophet ﷺ, close to the death of the Prophet ﷺ, 1 month or 2 months before the death of the Prophet ﷺ. And the Prophet ﷺ included the definition of al-Islam and al-Iman and al-Ihsan, and he has been asked by Jibreel alayhi salam about the matter, about the hour. So the Prophet ﷺ gave the definition of the Islam, the definition of the faith, the article of the faith, pillar of the Islam, and the definition of the goodness or al-ihsan. He has been asked by Jibreel alayhi salam when the hour, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the one who is being asked does not have the knowledge more than the one who is asking. But the Prophet ﷺ gave some of the minor signs of the hour. Then we move to the third hadith of the Al-Arba'in al-Nawawiyya, or the hadith, which has been narrated by Abdullah ibn Umar, son of the first narrator. Abdullah ibn Umar al-Khattab radiallahu anhu, one of the scholars of the companion of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, embraced the Islam with his dad while he was so young, radiallahu anhu, in the 5th year of the al-Bi'tha, and attend all of the battles with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam except Badr, because he did not be accepted by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam because of his age. He was close from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, getting the knowledge from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he lived after the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam for a long time till he died in 72 from Al-Hijrah, as the last companion of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to die in Mecca, radiallahu anhu wa arda. Narrated a lot of hadith from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, more than 2,200 radiallahu anhu. And in this hadith he narrated from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam definition of right Islam and the pillar of Islam. Then we move to the fourth hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which has been narrated by before Aisha, Abdullah bin Mas'ud, radiallahu anhu, which is reflect the divine decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إن أحدكم يجمع خلقه في بطن أمه 40 يوما نطفة ثم يكون مثل ذلك علقة ثم يكون مثل ذلك مضغة ثم يأتيه الملك. Till the rest of the hadith. Everyone is being put in his mom's abdomen for 40 days as a drop of fluid, as a nutfa, and then clinging for similar to that, and then mudgha, type of chilled, and then the malak will be sent to him to break the soul till the rest of the hadith. And actually the hadith reflects the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Every Muslim has to believe in the divine decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Iman bil qadar, iman kamila, complete faith of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then we move to the fifth hadith, which is hadith Aisha radiallahu anha about al-sunnah and al-bid'ah. When the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, من عمل عملا ليس من أحدث في أمرنا هذا ما ليس منه فهو رد. And you know Aisha radiallahu anha was narrated this hadith radiallahu anha was the most beloved person to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. When Amr ibn As asked the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, who most beloved to you, Ya Rasulullah? And Abraham replied, Aisha. He is the only wife of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, got married from the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam as a virgin. Radwanullahi alayha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed Quran recitation to be recited till the day of judgment to clear his situation. Radwanullahi alayha wa ardaha. And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam died between his chest, her chest and her throat. Radwanullahi alayha. And in this hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that the ibadah has to be from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and according to what the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam passed to us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cannot be worshipped and then accepted for this kind of worship until it will be completely according to the matter of the Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, as he taught it, salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أقول ما تسمعون وأستغفر الله العلي العظيم لي ولكم.